Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been so long since I've been on here. It's been so long since I've been on anything. People probably thought I fell off the face of the earth. Haven't been on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, anything. So if you're watching this, by now you know that we are pregnant and expecting baby number 2. And I wanted to make this video in the moment of where I'm at. So I'm right now 9 weeks and 1 day pregnant. And I wanted to sit down and talk through how I knew I was pregnant before I even tested, and some of the symptoms I've been having and what I think the baby's gonna be and kind of why. So we don't know the gender yet. I actually am getting blood work done this Friday, so in like 5 days, and we will find out the gender super soon. But yeah, I'm gonna talk through some of that. So if you're interested in that, keep watching and let's get into it. Okay, so if you followed my first pregnancy, you know I kept a notebook and I logged all my ovulation tests and then my pregnancy tests. I'm a nerd when it comes to this stuff. I love having just the layout of everything. So this is what my little log looked like. And this was our first month trying to get pregnant with a second baby. So Perry turned 1 year old November 20th, and I started my period November 27th, and then when I ovulated after that cycle is when we tried and got pregnant. So we wanted to start trying around when she was 1 year old, and it just happened and worked out that way. So we feel very blessed that we got pregnant so quickly, and we just left it up to God and said, we don't know when we're going to be ready for baby number 2, so just bless us with another sweet baby whenever you think we're ready. So he must have thought we were ready because we got it fast. So I logged all my stuff and I was expecting to test around Christmas time. So we traveled that week leading up to Christmas, and then Christmas Day we drove back home, and I ended up taking a test on December 26th, so the day after Christmas, and that's when I got my positive. But I knew I was pregnant before. I didn't know like without a shadow of a doubt, but I kind of had an inkling of a feeling that I just felt pretty similar to how I did with Perry, but a few new things. I will apologize, I'm a little out of breath. I'll talk through my symptoms and what I'm experiencing now, but that's one of the things right now is I'm out of breath really easily when I talk a lot. So how I knew I was pregnant before I took a test, about 5 days after I ovulated, we were walking through Target and I had this really sharp pain. And it's funny because the first time I got pregnant, I had this same sharp pain in Target as well. And I'm pretty sure I implanted in Target both times, which is hysterical. But I had that sharp pain and I thought like, that's weird. I was pushing Perry around and thought like, if this is the same thing in Target, it's gonna be so funny. So I'm pretty sure that was when implantation happened. And symptoms I had that week for the 9 days, I tested on 9 days past ovulation. So a few symptoms I had were a little bit of like acne coming up in weird spots that I wasn't used to breaking out in. I noticed just randomly I would smell certain things and be like taken back, like, wow, what is that smell, or why am I smelling that so strong? I had a few random headaches that felt odd. They were just kind of different feeling headaches, not your typical headache. And I started to get very irritable. I had a little bit of an upset stomach. I did with Perry as well. I had diarrhea one day, so that was like really early on. And then I had a little bit of back pain as well. And the whole time we were at my family's house for Christmas, I kept having these just kind of pinching feelings down in my uterus, and it was on and off all day. So I knew something was going on and was hoping that it was me being pregnant, but that kind of gave it away to me. And then when we got home on Christmas Day, did Christmas with the other side of the family, and then we woke up really early on the 26th, and Perry woke up super early that morning. Albert took her downstairs to play and was gonna let me sleep, but I knew that if I was pregnant that a test would probably show that day, and I was 90 PO then. So I got up when I knew that they were downstairs, took the test, and it showed a very faint line. So that was it was surprising, but I was also very like I knew it could be there, but I was also very shocked because it was our first time trying, and I was just amazed that I was actually pregnant again. And with a second baby, it's kind of overwhelming. So yeah, that's a little bit of how I knew before, and then when I tested, and then I continued to test, and I tested from 9 DPO all the way until 21 DPO, and then I stopped. I like to just keep testing so I can see the line get darker. So you can see that was my very first test, and then it got darker and darker, and it just makes me feel better seeing that and tracking it. Now let's talk about my symptoms now, and from when I found out to now. Like I said, I'm 9 weeks and 1 day pregnant, and so far so good. I have felt a little worse than when I did with Perry. It's just like this overwhelming tired feeling, and I think it's because I have her to take care of. She's just draining everything in me, and that's probably the biggest thing. I just feel so tired, and I feel a little more nauseous than I did with her. I haven't gotten sick, but I have been feeling a little nauseous, but not, I wouldn't say it's actual nausea because I don't ever feel like I need to throw up, but just certain smells and things are very strong to me. I feel like my sense of smell this time around is way stronger than it was with Perry. So I'm like having to wear a face mask when I do dishes and things like that. Perry looks at me and is like, "What are you doing, Mom?" So other than that, smell, tired, I actually have had decent skin. I've had a few like giant bumps pop up on my face, but for the most part it's pretty decent. But I have had back and like some arm acne come up, which is really gross, but that happened some with her, so that's kind of the same. I haven't had many things that are different than I did with Perry, so that's where I'm going to talk about what I think the baby's going to be. So we do blood work on Friday, and that's February 3rd, so you're probably watching this way in the future, but February 3rd I'm doing my genetic testing, making sure everything looks okay, and then finding out the gender. And with Perry we did like this big gender reveal, this huge deal, but this time we're just gonna open the email together as a family, me and Albert and Perry, and just see what we're having. And then I think we're gonna do cupcakes or something to tell the rest of our family. So gender wise, I'm feeling pretty similar to when I had Perry. So that makes me think maybe a girl, but I am craving like more savory, salty foods. And I didn't really have many cravings with her that I can remember. The only big thing that sticks out to me is sweet tarts, but I don't think I was like sugar crazy or food crazy with her. I think I just felt pretty normal. So that's the only thing this time around, is I am craving a little bit more savory things, which that says, I think if you're looking at old wives' tales, that would say boy. But my husband really wants a boy, and at first I just assumed that we would have a boy because we have a girl, so it would make sense to have a boy and make it even. But I am leaning towards a girl right now, and I'll tell you why. So I've done a few of the old wives' tales. Like I said, I feel similar to when I had her. I've been extremely irritable and moody, and I know my husband appreciates that, but it's been bad. And I don't remember it being as bad with her. But again, I think it's having a baby and then just feeling so like out-touched and drained by the end of the day. And then I don't rest super well at night because I'm up peeing a million times. And I feel like it's just a never-ending cycle of being overtired and all these hormones raging, and I've just been not very nice. So that points to girl. I know if you're kind of nicer than normal, that would mean boy. But yeah, I've been very moody, and that points to girl. And then a few other wives' tales that I have done. The one where you string a piece of your hair through your wedding ring and do it like over your hand. Every time I've done that, it tells me I'm gonna have 4 kids, and it says girl, girl, boy, boy every time. And I actually did it again this morning just to see if it would say the same thing, and it did. So I did that one, and then I also did the one where you hold the ring over your stomach. And if it's a circle, it's a girl. If it goes back and forth, it's a boy. And it's been a circle every single time. So that shows me girl. And then last night I had a dream, which I've heard if you dream that the sex is going to be one, that it's usually the opposite. But we'll see. This dream wasn't like seeing a baby or seeing the gender or anything. It was a dream of us getting the results, and I saw that it said girl or female on the paperwork. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm really excited. We're also in the talks about moving in the next month, so when you see this, we potentially could be moving, and hopefully I will document some of that. But yeah, we have a lot coming up this year. I'm excited, very excited for everything. Also a tiny bit stressed just because it's a lot adding a second baby and then moving on top of that. So yeah, we're gonna start house hunting in just a few weeks and hopefully get moved soon into a bigger place and hopefully have time to get settled before another baby comes along. But our due date right now is September 3rd, which is one day before my birthday. So that's really fun. And yeah, we're just very excited. We're gonna have 2 under 2, which is a little daunting. So if you have 2 under 2, put your tips down below, anything that could help me. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video while I was thinking about it and feeling pretty decent. Perry's napping right now, so we are just having a slow day. And this is also what I've been living in: sweatshirts, leggings, my hair up. I'll show you the bump because I feel like I'm showing way earlier this time than I did last time, which is usually the case for a second. Show you the bump before I end the video. And again, thanks for watching, and leave any tips you have down below. We're so excited and feel so happy and blessed about another baby. All right, I had to move you to a different spot to see, but this is the bump so far. I feel like it's way more than last time. I don't think I was showing it all last time, but yeah, 9 weeks and 1 day.